Book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, and verse 6. For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. The horses also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. And the horsemen shall spread themselves, and the horsemen shall come from far, and they shall fly as the eagle that hasteth to eat. They shall come off of violence, their faces shall sup up the east wind, and they shall gather the captivity as the sand. And they shall scoff at the kings and princes, and shall be a scorn unto them. They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. Then shall his mind change, and he shall pass over and offend, imputing his power unto his God. All praise to Yahweh by Shema Shah, Wahara Kafadash, the honors of the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful of the nation of Israel. That's scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some look like the heathen. Look at the 144,000. Preachers, teachers, prophets. Shalom. Now you got right here. An hour ago, Trump demands Iran's unconditional surrender. Okay? Trump demands Iran's unconditional surrender. But they want the leader, right? He want all of them, but it begins with the leader. So I looked at the term unconditional surrender, right? He want Ayatollah, right? Ayatollah is hiding. And Trump said, we know you are. We know where you are. But we'll play the video. AI overview. An unconditional surrender is a surrender in which the surrendering party accepts the victor's terms without any guarantees, promises, or conditions being offered in return. Make that make sense. So Trump want him to surrender and give in to his terms, right? And give in to his terms. Whatever Trump say, whatever Esau say goes. Alright? Esau could tell him anything, but there's no guarantees. Trump could tell this man, Ayatollah, anything to get him to come out, but there are no guarantees, and he can stab him in the back. And this is what the Edomites do. But what he want him to do is come out or hide him. Right? And as we read in Habakkuk 1, he wanted to come out as hiding. And he want Ayatollah to surrender and do what Esau wants him to do. And that's how they take over nations, man. And add in their little rules and regulations and dominate the earth. This is what Esau want Ayatollah to do. Alright, it says essentially it means laying down arms and accepting the victor's complete control without negotiating or stipulations. You see that? So, come on, man. Come on, man. It says here's a more detailed explanation of conditions, unlike a negotiated surrender where terms like troop withdrawal or territorial concessions might be discussed. An unconditional surrender implies the victor dictates all terms, no guarantees. The surrendering party receives no assurances about their future treatment, the fate of their leaders, or the status of their territory. You see? Focus on victor. The demand for unconditional surrender is often a statement of complete and total victory, aiming to eliminate any possibility of future claims or disputes. Historical examples. A notable example is the Allied demand for unconditional surrender from Germany and Japan during World War II. Potential drawbacks. While signifying a decisive victory, critics have argued that demanding unconditional surrender can prolong conflicts by discouraging negotiation and hardening resolve on the losing side. Legal basis. Even in an unconditional surrender, basic international laws and humanitarian principles still apply, ensuring some level of protection for prisoners of war and civilians. Well, Esau just some killer, man. Now he just a killer. So that's taught. Alright? Because what they don't do, hey, let's read it again. Let's get it again. See, Trump think he's slick. The Edomites think they slick, man. Don't nobody trust y'all, man. Hey, you got a track record, man, which is your history, and you're not to be trusted. Again, Habakkuk 1:9, they shall come off of violence, right? Esau and his military, their faces support the east wind, and they shall gather the captivity as a sand. That's what they do. That's how they conquer the world. And they shall scoff at the kings, and the princes shall be a scorn unto them. See? Esau mock at these kings and rulers, man. They shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap up dust and take it. You see that? Then shall his mind change. Hey, him breaking them treaties, them agreements, and stabbing you on the back. Then shall his mind change, and he shall pass over and offend, imputing his power, his power unto his God, right, his way. You see? So let's just play the video. Let's just play the video. These devils are a trip, man. That's that pride talk too, man. They think they really like that, man. Because they've been getting by with this for 250 years. That's how long America been here. Well, 249, but next year will be 250.
Good evening. We begin tonight with President Trump late today spending more than an hour in the Situation Room with his national security team. President Trump has called for Iran's unconditional surrender amid this growing conflict with Israel. The president saying the U.S. knows where Iran's supreme leader is hiding, but that he doesn't want him to be killed, quote, for now. Members of the president's national security team seen leaving the White House after that meeting this afternoon in the Situation Room. The president returning abruptly last night from the G7 summit in Canada so he could, according to the White House, attend to many important matters. President Trump posted a warning to the 10 million people of Iran's capital saying, quote, everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran with no further explanation. Traffic you can see right there backed up for miles. Tonight, the two sides continuing to trade attacks, Israel releasing video of what they say is their pilots tracking mobile missile launchers through the streets of Iran, taking them out. And tonight, Iran sending missiles just moments ago into Israel. There are growing questions at this hour. What is President Trump, what is the U.S. now considering? ABC's chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce leading us off tonight.
Tonight, as Israeli missiles find their targets in Iran, President Trump with this demand to the Iranian regime, unconditional surrender. Adding this threat, we know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to take him out, kill, at least not for now, saying our patience is wearing thin. Trump has been urging Iran to negotiate a nuclear deal, but now...
You should have done the deal. I told him do the deal. So I don't know, I'm not too much in a mood to negotiate now.
Tonight, Iran's supreme leader posting ominously, the battle begins. As Iranian missiles continue to fall on Israel. Our Ian Panel in Tel Aviv.
We just heard the first sound there of an intercept, so we're going to have to disappear. But this is another round of Iranian strikes on Israel.
The Iranian army's commander saying the operations carried out so far have merely been warnings for deterrence, and a punitive operation will be executed soon. Israel releasing this video claiming to show Israeli fighter jets tracking Iranian mobile missile launchers through the streets of Tehran before blowing them up. In Tehran, terrified residents racing to escape, traffic gridlocked, and long gas lines after Trump posted this warning, saying everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran, with no further explanation. The president today meeting with his national security team in the Situation Room as Israel ups the pressure on the U.S. to intervene militarily to destroy Iran's nuclear program. Only the U.S. has the 30,000-pound bunker buster bomb, capable of reaching Iran's deeply buried nuclear site. Trump now weighing his options, saying he's looking for something, quote, better than a ceasefire.
What specifically is better than a ceasefire? What are you looking for here? An end. A real end, not a ceasefire. An end. So something that will be permanent. Or giving up entirely. Is that okay, too?
All right, so let's get right to Mary Mary Bruce. She's live at the White House tonight. Mary, tonight, obviously, Israel targeting Iran. Iran now retaliating at this hour. The big question this evening, with what President Trump said about the Supreme Leader and President Trump's warning for the people of Tehran to evacuate. The obvious question, if and when the U.S. could play a more direct role in this conflict.
And David, as we are seeing these images of Israeli strikes in Iran, I've just learned that President Trump spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu earlier today, as the U.S. military is already moving warplanes and assets to the region, if needed, to defend American personnel. And that big question now weighing on the president tonight, whether to push for negotiations or join Israel's campaign and bomb Iran. David.
Mary Bruce will be following this into the evening here. Mary, thank you.
Shalom. There you have it, man. Shalom.